The sixth critical step in healing from an affair is that we need to have lots of structured, scheduled conversations about the affair. And during those conversations, both partners need to have their feelings validated by the other partner. So, what do I mean by validation? Validation means listening to somebody, empathizing with what you heard, pointing out what you hear that makes sense to you, what seems reasonable, not attacking them, criticizing them, beating them up, but validating, like, yeah, I can see why you'd feel that way. I can see why you would think that. So that's very, very healing to both of you. And if you're the hurt partner, you might be thinking, what? I'm supposed to validate their really horrible behavior? No, not their behavior, but their feelings, because they were feelings that drove the affair. And some of those feelings may not be reasonable, at least to you, but they felt it. And if you want them to be able to take good care of you, you have to take care of them too, right? Healing from the affair is a process that involves both of you. So we need both of you to be extra compassionate. Now, if you've listened to some of my other videos, you know that affairs happen for complicated reasons. And one thing I often talk about is the affair Bermuda Triangle. So I believe that somebody is at high risk for an affair when three things happen at the same time. When they are not doing well, so they're depressed or they're dealing with grief or tremendous anxiety, something like that. And the second part is when the relationship is struggling or strained. Maybe the two of you have grown apart, maybe things aren't going well, maybe you have a new baby, something that is causing a strain on the relationship. And I'm not blaming anyone, I'm just pointing out that that's a factor. Then the third component is that there's some kind of trigger. And that trigger could be, death of a family member. It could be the loss of a business. It could be a big financial problem, something. So when those three things happen at the same time, somebody is at high risk for an affair because they're doing so poorly, they're feeling so badly that they go out into the world in search of a painkiller. And they, can choose an affair as a painkiller, drinking, gambling, smoking, drugs, whatever to try to cope. Another factor is that if there's unresolved childhood trauma, people are at higher risk for an affair. So I mention all of this because it's very, very important that when you have these conversations about the affair, you're both compassionate to each other. Okay, so that's the sixth step. And for more on this, check out chapters 4 through 6 of The Courage to Stay, my new book.